Hello everyone, this is Laura the Lord TCG. You can just call me Laura, or however you wish. This is first time I thought about doing something like this, where I would just commentate over what I did, or how I did, or what I played, or where I played, at locals with the current deck I'm working on, or building and playing. I'm playing Rikka Sunavalon, and as you can see by the video, in this one, I'm playing against Exo Sisters. This is actually a friend of mine that I'm playing against. So this is a locals out here in Bristol, Tennessee. I can't remember the name of it for the life of me, no matter how many times I look it up. But it's a nice little shop, small, it has a myriad of different items, different accessories, sleeves, cases, if you're one of those people that would like to get the cases. But if you're ever in the area, I would recommend checking it out. But anyways, I'm not very familiar with the Exo Sister matchup. Thankfully, my friend here does play it, so I'm able to kind of learn and understand what I need to look for, or look into, as far as to do better and deal with it. As you can see, game 1, I didn't really get to do too much because, well, I got banished. I can't do a whole lot. But alas, we're going on to game 2. I sided in. I don't necessarily remember what exactly I sided in. I think Imperial Iron Wall and Reboot were the main choices in this matchup. So, as we see here, full combo, nothing necessarily to stop me. Question mark. I don't think he does. But I've been very fond of this deck. This deck has been a very interesting gimmick, or main condition to play around, just with tributing, and with Rikka Concon and then Rikka Princess. Those two cards made this deck, in my opinion, it's much stronger than it ever intended to be, because now it's just able to do so much with so little, and being able to tribute your opponent's monsters for cost is such an insane way to what's the word? Such an insane way to get around and deal with so many problematic cards like Totally Awesome, or even hard to out boss monsters. Now, I will go ahead and say it won't necessarily deal with the boss monsters like the Arrival or Final Sigma, where they are unaffected. Oh, you didn't see the evenly matched. Yeah. I hate this decision. Yeah, I think I ended up outing Teardrop because I had a second one of her, so I can easily make her again. Hyperion was my negate, but he picked up Dark Ruler. I probably should have negated the, what's it called? The Pot of Prosperity there to avoid that, but I was more or less worried about monster effects, which is why I didn't negate it. In hindsight, it wasn't a very good decision. But we live, we learn. Set 2 pass. Summon Twin. There's a red reboot. Paying half my life so I can keep my play going. I think the reason why I stuck with Twin was so I could have some follow-up play in the event of something happening, which I'm kind of glad I did. Dance Peony's effect makes this very, very good to do. And now you can see as it's fully combo off Dance Peony. Dance Peony is an interesting card in this situation because it can be either really good or just not good enough. But I will say this game, or this match, I didn't necessarily get to. I know this one ended in a draw because of time. And off of that, you can tell that just off that statement alone, I won by, I didn't win. I won this game, but we ended in a tie. But dealing with Exo Sisters, I feel, is interesting because you have to manage what you're using and what you're sending. So shooting off a lot of your cards, having them banished, is quite difficult just because of Dimensional Shifter and a lot of their banish effects. Attack straight into Dance Peony. You see the Zeus. the recursion effect of Petal. That card is so good. Just being able to come back whenever is able to net you so much advantage. We are Sunbind Sowing once again. Activate Imperial Iron Wall for the sake of activating it. We get the Rikka Petal. And I think right there we attempt to go into game 3, but I don't think we were able to make it. So yeah, because this was game 2, so we are ending off in a draw here. Alright, and on to the next game. So this one was also against Exo Sisters. His build was slightly different than my friend's. I'm not sure exactly what the game plan was. Opens up Dimensional Shifter, goes into Exo Sister plays, sends out Michaelis, and go into the packs. I know I just played this deck literally not that long ago this day, but effects are hard. I had a hard normal summon, but he didn't have anything to stop me here, so I'm not necessarily afraid of anything. Oh, pop my lower back. I just went straight into Teardrop because there wasn't anything that I particularly feared in this matchup. Trouble Tactics, go in, hit them, what have you. Imperm to Martha because I don't want them to try to get any search off. Like I said, against Exo Sisters, I just have to understand where I want to do a lot of my plays. I don't necessarily want to go into the Sun Avalon plays because that won't generate me any kind of advantage. So the Rikka plays are probably my best bet because I don't necessarily need to have those monsters on the board quite that long. What am I doing here? Oh, I see what I'm doing here. Young Lone Fire Blossom. Yeah, and then he just scoops right there. And we're going on to game 2. I think I just cited the same cards, Imperial Iron Wall, Red Reboot, back when it was legal. This is all post pre-ban list, so Red Reboot's still there, Pointer's at 3. There's a lot of fun stuff going on. Opponent goes first, but the sad turn start. Set 2, pass. You already know you're not having a good day when that is your play. Oh. So this one, go into the Malays, go into the Bengal Lancer. Sorry if there was an awkward cut there. For some reason the video kind of re-recorded over a similar segment, so I just wanted to go ahead and get rid of it and not deal with it again. I didn't really get to make too strong of a board because I did rely on RNG for Dance Peony. I use Rikka Tranquility here, tributing off the Bengal Lancer. I think I did that to avoid the target of Michaelis. Then just, I don't know, bounce and return. And as you see, I am once again popping off into the Strenna. Add back Rikka Tranquility because I like that card so very much, and that was it for game 2. And then right here, I'm just offering stuff to trade. Right, now this one was against Adamantimators. It's a deck. Now, I've only dealt with that deck in Master Duel, so I'm not so sure how it deals with, or how to deal with it in the TCG. So I'm just here learning. I'm letting him pop off, only because I don't run hand traps. I'm not a big fan of running hand traps, sometimes. So he's doing all that he can and all that he needs. Get Sprite Elf. At first I thought Sprite Elf needed to have a monster point to it for the special summon it back, but that was not the case. Dragite, that thing. He ends up linking them all off for 3 negate Appaloosa, which, very fair. So, because he doesn't have anything, I'm unexpected die. Force him to negate the Dryas, but already had that in hand. It negates the Dryas, so I don't get my extra deck monster. I normal summon a Seed, so I go into Thrasher anyways. What was this? Oh yeah, the last negate on the life point gain, so I just able to do the same general play, but I just find it funny that I had to work around the 3 negates of Appaloosa. So now I'm able to just do the full standard combo line. Going to Bengal Lancer. Not a very strong board, I'd say, but annoying enough. Clear out his board and hit him for some big numbers. Pretty much the main play here, and then we just kind of wait and see what he does for his next turn. Almost summon that. I use Bengal Lancer to bounce it back, sets 1, and then we just go on to game 2. Now this, I didn't necessarily know what to side against on this. I knew using Rivalry wasn't going to be my best bet since everything here is our rock with the exception of some of the extra deck monsters, but I don't think he necessarily needs them to carry out his play. Let me go through. Now there was a small situation that I did have with this player. It was in regards to Concon and tributing his monster off of Rikka Princess. Let's go into Dance Peony here. Hit air. There goes Concon. So I am quite vulnerable. I just went ahead and imperm Doki Doki. Oh, that's why I didn't go into. No, they used Dimensional Shifter. I guess that was his top deck. So I'm a little worried here because I don't necessarily want to lose Princess, but I'm under D Shifter. Yeah, I went ahead and tributed off Dance Peony because she did her job. She served her purpose. Using Rikka Glamour, get my 2 monsters. I have a normal summon here, so I'm able to comfortably do this play. It doesn't look like I normal summon a Primula. Oh, and this is where we I think this was right here we ran into that situation where he couldn't, where I tributed off his Kawaii Chimera Guardian with to negate it, but he did not like. He kept trying to respond with it, but I had tributed his monster. It was an awkward situation. It took a while, so we ended up getting it saddled. But I don't think he was very happy about that. So I do my full combo play, and I swing for a game. Now we go into the last my last 2 games here. This was top 4. And this is once again against my friend with the Exo Sisters. So, after having played against 2, I'm getting a better understanding of how to play against the deck. No Dimensional Shifter, so that's nothing to be worried from. We go into Magnifica here. So I just went ahead and Dark Rulered. I'm not trying to deal with it. Get Returnied. Activate Sunvine Sowing. Funny card to go into. I can't activate the sewing again, so I just do the standard. I say standard. The Rikka play. Tributing stuff off because this deck is amazing. Oh yeah, I didn't use a tribute, so I'm able to. I just tributed for Strenna. Tributed Mudan for Mudan. It's a special summon Primulas, then special summon the other. And I go into Teardrop and Strenna, so I have myself some follow-up play in the event I get Dark Rulered. I'm just going to go ahead and out that Martha. I'm not trying to deal with anything. Triple Tactics, fair enough. Didn't draw anything, and we go on to game 2. Yeah, that's just kind of the one thing I like about the deck is that it has so much disruption with being able to tribute your opponent's monsters for cost, as well as being able to just disrupt their plays with either Teardrop or Bengal Lancer, Princess just negating. What's that card? Hyperion also doing the same thing. So they're going first. They open up packs. So I'm not worried about Dimensional Shifter here. I'm going into my Galeys. We get Returnia. I think it was Returnia. We're using Prosperity here. Full back row. So I'm worried here. I'm not sure exactly what I'm expecting. So I'm just trying to bait something out. So he activates Goes in Match here. I'm like, okay, now I'm a little locked into Earth, but I can still make something work here. And then he activates, what did he activate? Something. So, I get my Sowing, my Twin. Alright, now this is where the play gets affected just because the graveyard was touched. Now, I'm not sure if that has to be directly in response or that's just in general. So I got a full board. Banishes the Sea, which is a pretty smart choice, because actually does do a lot of plays here. I just go straight into Malias. I'm not sure why. Oh, now I know why. So I can just use Rikka Glamour, because I can't go into any other plays because of Ghost of Match. So I out my board of the Herbs, so now I just have free field space. I go into the Rikkas. All waters, because this is where the main power of my deck is. And what do I do here? Oh, I tribute off to Strenna to go into Hyperiton. And then... Oh no, I couldn't because of the Goza match, so I had to go straight into the Queen, the Teardrop. And then before I get outed, I out whatever. And then I'm now left here with just Mudan. So I set Glamour instead of setting Shade, which I think I probably might have had in hand. Tribute off the monster to negate because Princess is such a funny card for doing that. There's Tranquility. Yeah, so I use Tranquility. Bring back Strenna and Mudan. I'm not necessarily sure why I brought back Strenna when her effect requires me to have materials to use her. I guess just to have something else on the board. Oh yeah, because of water. I needed another water monster. I think that's why I tributed her off. Or brought her out. So I'm just kind of going to this play here, bring out Petal, get impermed, that's fine. And going to Kanzashi. Then she gets solemned. So now I'm just left with a little Petal. I use Rikka Sheet and tribute my Petal. Take control of the monster. I'm gonna slow you down as much as I can, because right now we're in the grind game. We're on the long call right here. I'm not trying to let you have any kind of advantage whatsoever. Oh, I couldn't actually. Wait, could I? No, yeah, I could not have. So I could have only prevented the effect activation. I'm not sure why they didn't attack. Oh no, they did. I took damage. Petal just comes right back. I get solemned once again, but they end up scooping. And then this one, I'm actually very disappointed in this last one. Because it was against Sword Soul. Now, I don't necessarily have an issue dealing with Sword Soul. Sword Soul is probably one of the decks I have the most practice with and understand the most of how they play and how they want to get to their plays. So my problem with this was I opened up the exact same bricked hand multiple times, and that in itself was awfully annoying. Because I had zero plays. I couldn't do anything. I thought maybe I could just tribute something and go into Snowdrop, but no, because Snowdrop needs you to have another plant monster in hand. And that part in itself was obnoxious. So, you know, I just went ahead, scooped. We go into game 2. I'm sad, and I'm upset because I bricked. So I'm like, okay, you know, Power Shuffle. The whole 9. You know, sort of head the generic, start game 2. I'm also sad here. Special Summon Princess because she can. That was like my only play. And this is where I tried to go into, what's her name? Snowdrop, but Snowdrop needed another monster. I went ahead, activated D-Berry, prevented fusions. In hindsight, I should have gone into Dryas, because I would have at least had some type of play to go into. And yeah, I just scoop here because I can't do anything. So, we played in third game. This was after, you know, I got second place at this event, at this tournament. So we played a game 3. This is what my general, whatever. Normal Summon Dryas, bring out Seed. Or Normal Summon Seed, bring out Dryas, use whatever, go into Dance Peony, which gets Ghost Ogred. I triple Tactics. I hit Air on Dance Peony. This is the third hand. It was this hand was practically the exact same hand. I bricked. I just use Sheet, prevented Tide from activating Spec, because it's not on summon, fun fact. And then, you know, does Long Yuan plays, and yeah, same song, same dance. I bricked and I lost. I was kind of sad because I can deal with Sword, so hey, that's the I needed. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any comments, questions, and concerns, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And I'll post up some more videos here soon. But until next time, have yourselves a wonderful, wonderful day.